Around a mile and a half from this new Cummings City Center area is where it all began. The peaches are beautiful as ever here at J. Moore Farms in Hall County, but this is only a third of what they normally produce. I'm exploring Milton in North Fulton County. We begin our journey here at the Visitor Center in the heart of downtown Woodstock. Yummy, I got some super sweet treats here today. Just take a look at that brownie. You have to come check out Lennox Cupcakes. I'm here with owner Marianne. It was so fun. My hair is all messed up, but it was great. You take your apple, load it up. Look for the green light. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay, now this is more like it. Competing in horse show competitions is more convenient than ever, thanks to the emergence of virtual shows. How does a junkyard in Alto, Georgia turn into a popular roadside attraction when it's home to the school bus graveyard? You've got to see this place to believe it. Let's go. When the wheels no longer go round, some North Metro Atlanta buses end up here. Retired school buses, cars, and trucks take on a new life at the school bus graveyard.
Like that bus right there that's painted over, that is a Hall County bus.
About a 10-minute drive north of Gainesville on 365 is where you'll find this junkyard full of treasure. The buses are huge canvases for artists who want to display their work in a non-traditional fashion. To the community and drivers passing by on the highway, it's the school bus graveyard. But to Walter Wade,
it's my home.
Walter is the third generation in his family to call the school bus graveyard home.
This part right here, when we was little, we used to be a farm.
So how did it go from grazing cows to a graveyard for buses?
Daddy started in 1959 full time, raising 5 kids and mechanic and making a living. When the price of scrap and all went up, thieves started stealing the radiators and all off of them. So we ended up making a fence line out of the buses to go around the property and all, and that's the outer perimeter.
The fence line of school buses used to keep thieves out of his junkyard drew a local artist in.
Well, Nick Morris is the main artist, came by and wanted to do a painting on a bus. So we let him do some painting on the bus. It surprised me how quickly it took off and how far some of the artists come just to paint here.
Riding around the school bus graveyard with Walter, it's clear he truly appreciates all the artwork and is so proud to show it off and share it with the community. Which one's your favorite?
I have no favorite anymore. They're all so good. It's just, I can't pick one. There's certain ones I like, but there is none that's my perfect favorite.
When Walter isn't working on cars and trucks at his shop at the school bus graveyard, you can find him behind the wheel of a school bus, of course.
I drive a school bus. I drive for Banks County.
It's safe to say school buses run through this man's veins. Look at that turtle. I mean, isn't this place so neat? Now, if you come to the school bus graveyard, you're going to pay a $10 entry fee. Keep in mind that this is a working junkyard, so you're going to want to wear long pants and tennis shoes. Reporting from the school bus graveyard in Habersham County, Chris Knight, Neighborhood TV. Hi, it's Chris Knight with Neighborhood TV. In this edition of Historic Downtowns, I'm exploring downtown Dawsonville. Founded in 1857, Dawsonville is the county seat in Dawson County and home to the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame. Gold mining first brought many people to the area in the mid-1800s. Today, Dawsonville is best known for its rich history in moonshine and auto racing. More on that in a minute. Drive through downtown and you can't miss the old Dawson County Courthouse. The Greek Revival style courthouse was built in 1859 and is still in use today. The historic courthouse in downtown is on the National Register of Historic Places, and there's a museum inside. Let's go check it out. Walk inside the historic courthouse and step back in time. On display are historic documents, including local relics and Native American artifacts. So this is the oldest working courthouse in Georgia. They still hold some kind of hearing, either an adoption, a marriage, some kind of civil thing in the courtroom upstairs. So it's
really cool to be able to work here every day and just be a part of this building.
The downtown square is lined with several unique businesses rich in their own history.
Well, it used to be a bank. The last time it was a bank was 1954. We're looking at the original safety deposit box. It's now called the Vibrant Box, and it even has the original ventilation system that still works here.
The Dawsonville hardware store is celebrating its 75th anniversary.
We are the oldest family-owned business in the county.
Across the street is the old prison. Built in 1881, the building is also on the National Register of Historic Places, and who knows, it could have locked up moonshiners back in the day. You see, auto racing and moonshine has a long history in Dawsonville. In the early days of racing, transporting illegal moonshine was big business. And a lot of the sport's early stars were behind the wheel driving moonshine cars. Which brings us back to Bill Elliott Street in downtown Dawsonville.
You can't come to downtown Dawsonville without coming here to the Dawsonville Pool Room. It's legendary for its NASCAR memorabilia and burgers.
I was 6 years old the first time I slid a chair up to the grill to cook. I just turned 56 last year, so I tell everybody I've been cooking for 50 years. My daddy's had it 56 years. But when Bill come on the scene and started winning, that's when he started about the siren.
Today, that same siren sounds off when Elliott's son, Chase Elliott, wins a race.
And people don't realize from this little small town, there's 6 drivers that's won Daytona. 4 on the beach and the 2 Elliots.
So what's the deal with all these legendary race car drivers being from Dawsonville? There must be something in the water, or moonshine, rather.
Just a short drive from the historic downtown area is a moonshine distillery, premium outlet shopping centers, and the state's tallest waterfall. Reporting from historic downtown Dawsonville, Chris Knight, Neighborhood TV. The peaches are beautiful as ever here at J. Moore Farms in Hall County, but this is only a third of what they normally produce. Winter weather devastated crops throughout the state of Georgia, impacting both farmers and consumers.
Mother Nature packed a punch on peach crops this year. Just ask Drew Eccles at J. Moore Farms.
It's not a good year for the peach industry in Georgia.
J. Moore Farms' 150-acre crop normally produces upwards of 45,000 bushels of peaches a year.
It's quite the undertaking. It normally takes about 50 men on our farm, 8 to 12 hours a day, every day, on a normal year, that whole entire time to harvest the whole crop.
But then came 2023, and the harvest is nowhere near 45,000 bushels.
We're going to be hitting somewhere around the 10,000 bushel mark, maybe a little bit less than 30%. Monetarily, you have to say it fast or it hurts your feelings real bad. I mean, it's about a $2.5 million crop to us, so it's easy to do the math when you only get 30% of that.
Eccles' crop, like many peach crops across the state of Georgia, took a devastating blow this winter.
So back in mid-March, we had a freeze that devastated about 70% of our crop. And in some cases across the state of Georgia, it was upwards of 90%.
Cold weather in March is no surprise in Georgia. Eccles says the bigger problem happened several weeks earlier when there was a warm spell in February.
And the peaches just jumped out there and they bloomed about 3 weeks earlier than they should. And that's what kind of triggered the whole downward spiral of peach season this year in Georgia. We're primarily retail here. We grow peaches for our markets, but we do ship out a lot of fruit. And that's been the downside to 2023 is we weren't able to ship those peaches out of state or to the farmers market in Atlanta.
With the demand high and product low, the price of peaches went up. But that hasn't stopped consumers from getting their peach fix.
I'm buying a half a bushel, a full bushel, and a small bushel. We came up for the peach ice cream and the peaches.
That so many people have come out to buy peaches, even at high prices. And for the most part, people have really, really enjoyed getting out on these farms and buying the fruit.
Through it all, Eccles remains positive.
Never been so proud of a 30% crop. The quality's been great all year long, and flavor's been phenomenal. you know, the main thing is you just got to kind of keep your head up and hope and pray for a better crop next year.
If you're planning on buying a bushel of peaches, for example, here at J Moore Farms, you're going to end up spending around 25% more this year. If you do buy peaches here, they're absolutely delicious and they will not disappoint. For Neighborhood TV, I'm Chris Knight.